Nobody's ever done this, and probably nobody ever will.
I don't advise it. It was a pain in the... It's been a real pain.
I've got some videos I can't show. They were really struggling over here. Now, Rusty, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9". Look how big these things are.
Look at the scale. I'm 5'11". So these are big, big speakers. I think every system deserves a subwoofer, whether you're running 2-channel, full range, whatever.
Especially for theater.
Yes.
Especially for theater.
100%.
Well, without subs.
Running full range.
Yeah, playing music. You can hear...
Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we are back in the lab, and as you can see, we've got quite the setup here. So on the outside, we've got the JTR Noesis 215RM. So that's a reference monitor. Right next to this, we've got the 215 RTs, the reference tower. Now, Rusty, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9". Look how big these things are.
Look at the scale. I'm 5'11". So these are big, big speakers. Rusty's building a dedicated theater room in his house. He's considering one of these two and really was trying to figure out, should I go with monitor? Should I go with the 15 towers?
Yeah. Well, I get a clean slate. You know, I moved from Texas and sold all my gear. And I'm like, I want to do something amazing, but I don't know what to do because I love my old system. My old system was 212 RTs across the front.
So a little bit smaller than these.
The medium version of this. 110s surround. I loved it, but I'm like, well, you know, I want to do something different.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to do the 215 RTs. And I was talking to Jeff, and then we got some here, and I opened them up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like,
huge.
It's a lot bigger than it looks in photographs.
Yeah,
the depth is massively different. And so then I'm like, oh man, maybe I'm not going to do the 215 RTs. And so I was talking to Jeff, and Jeff's such an enabler. He's like, you should do the 215 RMs on stands. And what's cool about the 215 RM is they're the same depth as the 212 RT. I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. And just so, like, the difference between these two speakers, because they're very, very similar.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about it in this video.
So the main difference, the towers, obviously floor standing towers, and they have ports at the bottom, whereas the monitors are sealed, and because of that, they're a lot shorter. But you would have to put them, to get the tweeter at the height you want it, you have to elevate them either on a platform or a stage
stand
or whatever
something.
stand.
I don't recommend this stand that I'm going to show you. That was just for a picture. Looked kind of cool.
Yeah, that was just for the gram. And so I was like, okay, I'm interested, but the one kind of negative is that these only play to 32 hertz.
Right, it's around 30 hertz. I'll put it on the screen here.
And these play all the way down to 18 hertz.
Yeah,
and
big
in
difference.
my, like, I want it all brain, I was like, well, do I really, like, am I giving up too much?
Correct.
So I said, Michael, we got to put them side by side. I know it's a pain in the butt, but let's put them side by side.
And so here's the thing. Nobody's ever done this, and probably nobody ever will.
I don't advise it. It was a pain in the It's been a real pain. I've
got some videos I can't show. They were really struggling over here to set some of these up on this. But we want to provide videos like this that give some perspective. Now, this isn't a scientific experiment, okay?
It's an experience.
These are two dudes sharing our experience of these in a room. We've got the capability to fast switch between the two sets of speakers to not even know. So Rusty could be switching back and between 1 and 2, but he can reverse it on the back end. So I don't know which ones are 1 and which ones are 2. So that's good.
It was so seamless. You were switching it, and I didn't even know you were switching it.
Yeah.
Which goes to say a lot about the system and the speakers too.
Yeah. So in this video, I really want to share our experience. We spent some pretty good extensive time comparing the two sets of speakers with and without the subwoofer. So here we've got the Captivator 4000 ULF. This is the sofa table, ST. So it fits flat. This would be great for behind a sofa, but it also works great up here in the middle. So let's walk through that. I want to make this as practical as we can. Now, we're not going to say, you know, man, when I was listening to this track, I heard... No. What did we experience in this? Is there a difference, you know? So first thing, let's do it without subs. So without subs, what were some of the things that we noticed in this?
Well, without subs...
Running full range.
Yeah, playing music. You can hear, it depends on the track.
Sure. Depends on how low
depending
the
on
frequencies
track,
are. Yep.
You're going to hear more low frequency out of these towers than you do these,
Yep.
as you would expect.
Yep.
Right? And the question is, well, is it so much that, you know, from my perspective, am I missing out on too much?
Right. What I heard with this is without a subwoofer, for music, I probably would be fine with this.
I'd be fine with either.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a massive like trade-off.
No.
Because they play down to 30.
Me personally, I would have opted for this, for the towers, just because I want to get as much as I possibly can out of it. Now, typically with music, you don't need really, really low frequencies, but there were some tracks that we heard more depth out of these. Again, wasn't crazy difference, but that 10 hertz, that means something.
It does. And those low frequencies, it may only be a difference of 14 hertz. And they still play below those.
Yeah, they're just going to roll off.
They're starting to roll off.
Correct.
And so it does, those low frequencies, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Music was less of a big deal. It was very track dependent.
Yeah, sure.
Some tracks you missed it, some tracks you didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be upset with, I would love to have either pair.
Yeah.
But if I'm with you, if you were going to do a two channel
only,
no sub, I would pick the towers every day.
Yeah.
Because this is an extremely, truly full range capable speaker.
Sure.
So for that purpose, all day long, do the towers.
It's funny, we were even talking and Rusty was saying, I don't think there's any other speaker that does this, or maybe it wasn't even you.
It was me, yeah.
And I said, so I did the chat GPT. There's a handful of other speakers. There was probably like 6.
They cost like
but you know what they were?
a piece.
It was like Wilson Audio. It was, oh my goodness, what was the other really high? There's several high end. The Kev Meta blades. I'm like, okay, those cost like,
which are great,
2, 3, 5 times the cost of these. So yes, these are not inexpensive by any means, but in comparison, what else is out there that is a full range down to 18 hertz? Huge value there.
Like so something that you can just buy online and have them shipped next day.
Yeah, we've got them in stock, like legit.
And have a extremely capable system ready to go.
Yeah. So I think what we figured out is 2-channel, absolutely go with these.
Yep.
When you add, let's go for movies. When we've got a Kaleidescape script. That's one of my favorite features, being able to create a script. I've got videos on that. I'll link it down in the description. But being able to quickly go from scene to scene to scene to scene makes it phenomenal. Going through those, we kind of skipped past the music because we did a lot of that through Apple Music. Going through some action sequences, that's where I'm going, man, I really want a subwoofer. It sounded good. We heard low frequencies.
Just say no sub, just comparing both with no subs. What did you think?
Oh, yeah. So again, if I was doing no subwoofer, I would go with these. Again, I want the most I can get, especially for movies, because movies dig down to 20 hertz and 18 hertz and sometimes way lower down to 10 hertz. I want every bit that I can get out of that, so I still would go with these.
Yeah, I felt like on the gunshots and the booms and things.
More tactile.
That's when I felt like I was missing some of that bass. And I was just missing the bass and the RMs.
Yeah.
So then we said, okay, enough of this nonsense, no subwoofers.
Yeah, because most systems, I'm of the opinion, I think every system deserves a subwoofer. Whether you're running 2-channel, full range, whatever.
Especially for theater.
Yes.
Especially for theater.
100%.
So once we added the subwoofer in and played the same clips again, what did you think?
So now the playing field becomes a lot more even. Because this is handling all those lower frequencies that you get the value out of here. So in that, I mean, of course, both of these have ridiculous amounts of output, incredible clarity, vocals. So I even picked some tracks, some movie clips that there's a lot going on, but there's dialogue in the middle of it. Because I want to make sure, like, how clear, because we're not even running a center channel. This is literally a 2.1 system. Yeah. So it's not like a true theater, but we want to see what are these capable of. At no point did either one of those I felt that, man, I just wish I could hear the dialogue better, Or I wish I could hear the gunshots more crisp. No, they're super crisp, super detailed. Vocal clarity is great, but now that this thing is handling the low frequencies, it's kind of like an even playing field. So that's when we were talking about this. I think for the most part, I would shift over to the monitors and that.
100%.
Because there's several reasons. And you mentioned earlier, talk about the flexibility that the monitors have.
With the towers, your tweeters are at this height.
You're locked
in.
in.
It's just locked in. It's very convenient, but you know, some people may feel that they're too high. It didn't seem bad to me.
Yeah,
nothing negative.
No, I think there's
about it.
enough vertical dispersion that I didn't feel that these were too high, even though they're slightly above ear level.
But depending on your room constraints and what you're doing, now you have the flexibility to move those monitors up and down.
Yeah.
To me, and I was relieved that I did these things out of order. That's how I do with my entire life. Everything's done a little out of order.
Yeah.
And so I had already ordered the RMs, and we just now got around to doing this.
You wanted confirmation.
Now I'm just looking for confirmation because they got loaded on a truck yesterday. So it's a little too late to change my mind.
Yeah.
But when playing them with the sub, I'm going, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
And from a audio standpoint,
sure.
The sub's doing the heavy lifting on the low end.
Yeah.
So the benefit of the RMs with a sub is it's a lot smaller.
Yep.
Right? I can, depth wise.
Sure. You don't have to build a big of a cabinet. Smaller. You can have your screen closer to the wall.
Yep. They're sealed. They're a little bit less expensive. You know, it's $500.
Yep.
So, and of course, we talk about a little. $500 is a lot.
That is correct. That's correct. So, but when you're looking at a $5,500 versus a $5,000,
it's a 10% price difference.
Yeah, that's not as big. And my thought is, all right, the money that you saved there, put into, maybe you were looking at a smaller subwoofer. Well, get a bigger one. Get the 4,000.
Yeah.
Or get 2 RS1s or something like that.
Yeah. So I feel confident in what I've chosen to go with. Thank goodness.
And so you're doing, I can't remember, is it 5 or 7 of these?
7 215 RMs.
That's wild.
And then we may add wides later.
Okay.
But
so maybe there was some talk of doing a possible 9.
Yeah, possible.
So Rusty's doing 7 of these bed layers. So these are going to be surrounds. That's going to be incredible, man. And we're going to document the whole journey. You still got to build the room and close it. But we're going to take you through that whole process. So we'll have a series on that.
But I have 4 JTR or RTJ sub 18s that go along to go with it to support it.
Right.
And I still have some of my old subs that I'm not sure if I'm going to keep those or not.
Yeah.
So I'm confident in what I did. I'm glad to have that reassurance.
Yeah.
I think bottom line, summary for me.
Yeah.
If I was doing any cut, I just didn't want to deal with the expense or the logistics of a big sub.
Right.
You get the 215 RT towers. They're amazing. Super simple setup. It's like a all-in-one solution.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
If I was, for music especially, it would do amazing for movies too. Yeah. I'm obsessed, so I don't want to give up my sub.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a sub, you might as well get the 215 RM.
Yeah, 100%. And the good thing, these are super efficient, very, very efficient. So it doesn't take a ton of power. We were feeding them, is it
400 watts?
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 800, 400. So that's from speaker power. Solid amplification. So again, your ears are going to give out long before these speakers do. So, but the cool thing, I had somebody text me, I sent them a picture of this, and they're like, I'm concerned about your hearing, Michael. I said, I'm not, because there's this amazing thing called a volume, and I listen at about 10 dB below reference. So now, for those of you that want to go crazy nuts, these will absolutely do that. There's a reason why these are JTR's flagship speaker. My request is, man, if these videos are helpful, man, honor the source, buy from us. If you've got questions, or maybe you even have something you would like to see us do, let us know down in the comments. We truly want to honor you. We want to provide as much value and provide as much information, because I know that you don't have the same access that we do. You don't have a room that you can tear apart and try different combinations of speakers. And of course, we can't do everything, but let us know. We genuinely want your feedback.
Yeah. So if there's anything that we didn't cover, maybe we'll make a quick follow-up video and
Sure.
answer some of those
Or
questions.
short or something, you know? So definitely. So, and feel free to reach out. If you got any questions, I'll give you my direct email. You can hit me up at youthman@obsessedhometheater.com. Of course, you can go to the website and get details and product specs and all that stuff. But anyway, hopefully this video is helpful. Appreciate all that you do. God bless, and we'll catch you in the next video.